Hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon. This is Attorney Claudine Umuhire Gasana. I'm here with you from Houston, Texas, immigration attorney. I'm here today to talk about asylum interviews. So I've had so many clients ask me, when will my interview be scheduled with USCIS? Well, I may have some updates for you. So I went to an interview, asylum interview, a few weeks ago, and I was able to get some scoop for you. So there may be hope. So I need you guys to stay put. So you have to stay a little longer so that you can hear what I have to say. There may be hope. Before I get to that, I want to talk to you people. My people who come here and watch a little bit and go. I realized that most people who watch our videos, they are not subscribers. But when you don't subscribe, you miss out on the news that I'm about to say today. You may miss out when we are about to go live or when we have some updates, because I mostly, like to either give you uh, breaking news or new updates, or sometimes I prepare a video to go in depth about some of the different types of immigration benefits. I did a video on national interest waiver. I have been able to really get a response of people coming to me, coming to our farm to help them with the national interest waiver that they were not aware they could qualify for. I develop on the diversity visa lottery, on asylum interviews tips. So please stick around, please subscribe, please like, comment, and share. All right, so before we get to the asylum interview news, I'm talking about the USCIS asylum interviews. Let me tell you a little bit about the news this last week. So I have two updates to give you. Number one, those who file for VAWA petitions. VAWA is a self petition for domestic for those who are abused by U.S. citizen spouse or U.S. permanent resident spouse. Commonly called VAWA. So the filing location as of February 10th, 2023, will change from the Vermont Service Center to the Nebraska Service Center. Again, if you are planning to apply for a VAWA petition, the new filing location would be Nebraska Service Center. It will no longer be the Vermont Service Center. Another news update I wanted to give to you is that those who are asylee or refugees, or mainly asylee or refugee applicants who are applying for a green card. So, after you obtain your asylum status, either through asylee or refugee status, you are eligible to apply for a green card. So you are eligible after 1 year. So now there were some concern or some misconception, misunderstanding on when one qualifies to file for the green card or the adjustment of status to become a permanent resident after you obtain your asylum. So that is that you have to have been physically present in the United States for 1 year while the agency is adjudicating your adjustment of status application. That means that you can file before you reach 1 year, as long as by the time they get your case adjudicating, you have completed 1 year physical presence as an asylee or as a refugee. So that's those two new updates I wanted to give you. The VAWA petition, they are now being filed with the Nebraska Service Center, and also for the asylee, those who obtain asylum in order to qualify for a green card, then you can apply for adjustment of status as long as USCIS, by the time they adjudicate, by the time they get to your case, you have completed 1 year of physical presence in the US. Okay, so those are the two updates. Now, let's get back to the USCIS asylum interview, because before you get to apply for a green card, first you have to have your asylum, right? So, and as you are familiar, to file for asylum, unless you are in removal proceedings, you send your application to USCIS, U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services Asylum Office. And depending in each, most states, not each state, have asylum offices. Like, for example, well, in Texas, actually, no, yes, in Texas, for example, the Houston Asylum Office is the asylum that handles all the cases for Texas, which, by the way, that is about to change. So I've been in the meetings with the asylum liaison from USCIS. There are talks that they may open a new office in Texas. To imagine Texas, we have so many cities: Dallas, San Antonio, Austin, Houston. They all come to Houston for their asylum interview, in addition to all the cases that are going through the border. So they are planning to open a new, like, it's called a satellite, or like an office to handle cases. I believe it may be in San Antonio or Austin. So I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that, but they are planning to do that. So then what has happened in the last couple years, or more than that, since they brought the new policy of first in, first out, people who have asylum cases pending for years have been waiting for interviews. We have people with asylum petitions since 2015, 2016, 2017, 18, 19, 20, up to today, who have been waiting for their asylum interviews but have yet to be interviewed. And unless you have a medical emergency or some type of humanitarian or like life-threatening emergency, you cannot even apply to move your asylum, to get your asylum interview scheduled or expedited. So now, what's the plan? Because we've been asking, you ask me all the time, when is my interview being scheduled? Because even those who have been applying since last year, really, they're not interviewing them. I have cases that we filed last year. The first in, first out process is not even being is not being followed. So what's happening? So I have some news for you, but I don't know how reassuring the news is, but at least you know what's going on. So what's happening is USCIS now has priority over the Afghan asylees, Afghan refugees, or Afghan people who are, as you have known, who have come after the Taliban took power. So they are interviewing Afghan cases. As a matter of fact, I went to an interview. The first asylum interview I went to since COVID was for an Afghan client. So I was, helping out some of the Afghan people. So I went to an Afghan nationals asylum interview. So then there I was talking to the officer. Officer was really pretty nice, kind, and I was telling them, we have so many cases pending. What's up with that? Like, what's happening? What's the plan? And we also had a meeting with the some of the USCIS officials, and they told us that that's good news. That's good news. Yes, the priority is Afghan or Afghan nationals, but also apparently there is another team that's being put together to go over all cases. So they told us, they told us. So I'm just saying what I have been told, that in the coming months we will start seeing interview interview schedules or scheduling for odd cases. Like, when I say odd cases, again, I said those cases that have been pending since 2015, 2016, 2017. So there is hope that in the coming months, at least this year, we will see interviews, asylum interviews scheduled for the cases that have been pending for so many years. Even though USCIS now has priority of the Afghan nationals cases, they have put together a team that's going to begin interviewing other nationals, especially interviewing cases that have been pending for a long time. So that's what I wanted to talk to you about today. Yeah, I know it's not much news, but it's something. So there's hope that they haven't forgotten about the asylum cases that have been pending for a long time. And that I know so many people have been waiting on their interviews, because you stay in limbo when you spend 5, 6, 7 years without an interview, without even knowing if your case is going to go through. So that's what I want to talk to you today. Again, thank you. This is Attorney Claudine Gasana, immigration attorney here in Houston, Texas. And please go ahead and subscribe, okay? And go ahead and watch the whole video and share with your friends and comment and give us some feedback, so we know what are you interested of knowing when it comes to the immigration law, immigration news, updates, strategies, anything, okay? So you have a great weekend. Thanks. Bye.